what about any evidence, if it exists, as to whether or not aerobic training versus weight training, these sorts of things? And so I think this thing about antioxidants is one of these cases, it sounds like, where it's in the right ballpark, but until one really unveils the mechanism as you have, you can be, one can, or in a field can be badly wrong for a very long period of time. It sounds like the sirtuins and really getting down to the guts of the machinery of what causes cells to age is really what it's about. Zooming way out, what are the behavioral tools that one can start to think about in terms of ways to modulate these, basically the way that DNA is being expressed and functioning? I've heard you talk before about hormesis of other sorts, cold exposure. We talked about fasting. We talked about exercise in broad terms, but what about any evidence, if it exists, as to whether or not aerobic training versus weight training, these sorts of things? In other words, what are the sorts of things that people can do to improve the sirtuin pathway? And I realize that there are caveats. We can't go directly from a behavior to sirtuins, but in the general theme, what can people do? What do you do?
Right. Well, we know that aerobic exercise in mice and rats raises their NAD levels, and their levels of SIRT, one of the genes goes up, two actually, number 1 and number 3. What we don't know yet is what type of exercise is optimal to get them to change. We will learn. We're doing work. Now it's revealed that we're doing work with the military in the US to try and understand that kind of thing. And I'll always tell you and the public when I don't know something. I'm not going to extrapolate. But what do? I base my exercise on the scientific literature, which has shown that maintaining muscle mass is very important for a number of reasons. The two main ones are you want to maintain your hormone levels. I'm an older male, losing my testosterone and muscle mass over time. And by exercising, I will maintain that and have. In fact, I probably haven't had a body like this since I was 20. So that's one of the benefits of having this lifestyle.